we'll look at how we can orchestrate the process, like a business process, which budgeting is one of the major ones there, because we want to be able to, as finance, control it and know that and make sure people are doing the things that we want, and making it very easy and just direct them to exactly what to do. So my next thing I want to do is to deploy this to the managers. So we can do that by, if I can click back to my dashboards, I've called this, you should see it's here, revenue webinar. Now I want to deploy this. I've just created this as the administrator. So what I'm going to do is say, right, I'm going to send this to the team, and so I'm going to share it. Now I can share with individuals, so you can see that I've got users. So I could just say I want to do that. But what I want to do, I can use user groups. And here's my sales managers. I want them to be able to view and edit this. I can save this. And now you can see there that perspective is shared and it's deployed out to the team. Now my final step is I might want to notify those people that this is now deployed and I want you to actually do something, and I want to say I want it done by a certain date. So we're going to deploy that now through the next tab up here, which is called a process tracker. I've just created a process called webinar example just to start things off. But now I want to make a deliverable. I want the team to do something and I want to notify them. So I'm going to create a task. And notice everything I've done so far has been all by clicks. I'm deploying a specific app to the team. So I'm going to call it sales units. That's the name of the task. And I can say what I want them to do. Please fill in units. And you can give lots more information here. And I could deploy this to an individual, but group functionality means I can assign this to the sales team. There you go, sales managers. So automatically we'll give this to all of them. So if you've got a group, it's a handy thing there. I can then say, do you want all of them to do that or just any one of them to do that? Well, I want them all to do this. But this is the key one here. This is the deliverable. So if we go back to that example with that process flow diagram I gave you, that's pretty much it. But I'm going to go one step further and say, I want to push something directly to you to say, please do this task. And now I can say, that dashboard is that what we were in before. And if you remember, I made this process and hopefully I deployed this correctly. There it is, webinar there. And there's one dashboard, there could be multiple, but I'll select the one there. And then I can say, well, when do I want this done? I'll just leave it as saying I want it done today or so many days before, and click on save. And it comes here, as you can see here, and it's going to go out to all of these people to complete with a message on it. Now, final step here is to say, okay, I want to notify them. So I can send a notification, and you can see here it's going to send out, or else I can edit this, send this, and then they'll click on this, and it will be good to go with the steps. So let's have a look at what this would look like then from the perspective of a team. So if I show you one example of what this would look like, I've got another process here which has been done, and you can see it's got a whole number of deliverables on it, running late, in progress, and completed, nothing's completed. Now I'm logged in here as this person here who is the budget manager. So let's see what she actually sees. This is a bit more deployed. So when she logs in, we're going to see a number of steps here. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just like we said there, it takes the person to adjust the task to do, what to do, and they can click that out of the way to complete their tasks. When they've done it, they just click on it's done, and that updates, and they can just go through each one. So it's a step-by-step. So you can imagine the user experience here makes it very easy. So we're saying we view this report, put some comments against variances where you can just add a line note and fill it in. So you're just getting to run through, and there's a few more steps, but the final thing would be submit the plan. And when they do this, this will put it into the workflow. So they can come in here and go submit. Okay. And then that alerts everyone the next person can be. So you can see there that we're orchestrating the process very, very clearly, and we can see as a manager everything being done. All right, so that's kind of like taking you through the first step there on the user experience of how to build and deploy a sample application which gives exactly what that person needs to do at that moment in time. And you could see how I could build that in those screens. We've got the screen builder, and you can see also how I did it all through configuration, like very fast. And so you could see this is a tool that you as a finance manager can deploy and say, this is exactly what I want this person to do. I do want to come back to this screen we said before, just so that we can, with that perspective of what we've just seen now, imagine if you have got your process diagram here, because I think we don't touch on this enough. We just say, oh, here's some nicer ways to do the budget. But you can deploy now. This would go from being a PDF into actually a live version, and not only a PDF, but you can see here, like for instance, if it says update with high level assumptions and milestones, literally you would say, well, here's my sheet, which is where I want to receive and catch that information. I'll put that in a screen. I might put a bit of data or text against it. And then remember through that task manager where I can assign the deliverable, and bang, it's in their face. They can fill in, you can tell them what to do, mark it as done, and that would make this digitizing that whole process. I think that's really important and good to know. All these email things here, all of this, decisions required, is completely digitized.